What if a town's curse drove its people to madness? In 1740, the Dudleys found a doomed valley. Dark mountain looms over Dudleytown, its shadow a silent threat. Madness spreads, murders, lightning deaths, and suicides claim the settlers. Ghostly figures haunt the ruins, their laughter echoing through the woods. Emily Carter seeks the truth, her camera capturing spectral faces. A cursed ancestor's legacy binds the town to eternal despair. Will a ritual break the mountain's grip or claim more souls? The madness of Dudleytown whispers secrets of horror and loss. Uncover this haunting legend. Watch the darkness unfold now. The year was 1740, a crisp autumn in the hills of Connecticut. A small valley nestled beneath dark mountain, its trees tall, its air heavy with promise. 3 brothers, Gideon, Thomas, and Nathaniel Dudley, arrived, their hearts full of hope. They were farmers from England, their hands calloused, their dreams of a new life strong. The land was granted by the colony, its soil rich in their eyes, its future bright. They built cabins, their axes ringing, their laughter echoing through the virgin woods. Other families joined Holt, Ward, Grayson, the settlement named Dudleytown in pride. Fields were plowed, crops planted, the valley buzzing with the promise of prosperity. But Abigail Grayson, a widow at 45, watched the mountain with wary eyes. She whispered of a shadow, a curse tied to the Dudleys, a warning ignored by all. Abigail's tale began with their ancestor, a knight named Edmund Dudley, executed in England. His blood was cursed, she said, her voice low, her hands clutching a worn rosary. He brought doom to his line, a madness that follows where they settle, she warned. The townsfolk laughed, their faith in the land unshaken, their work a shield against fear. Gideon led the settlement, his voice firm, his 30 years a mark of leadership. He built a meeting house, its logs sturdy, its bell calling the community together. Thomas tilled the fields, his strength a promise, his wife bearing their first child. Nathaniel hunted, his rifle sharp, his tales of the mountain's beauty inspiring. But the first winter was harsh, the crops failing, the soil turning brittle and gray. Abigail nodded, her eyes dark. The curse begins, the mountain claims its due. By 1742, whispers of unease grew among the settlers. Gideon's wife Mary fell ill, her fever high, her mind wandering with strange visions. She raved of shadows, of voices, her screams waking the valley in the dead of night. The town doctor, a man named Elias Pierce, 50, could find no cause, no cure. Mary died, her eyes open, her last words a plea, "The mountain watches us." Gideon buried her, his hands shaking, his faith tested by her untimely end. Thomas's crops withered, his fields barren, his hope fading with each failed harvest. Nathaniel returned from a hunt, his face pale, his tale of a glowing figure chilling. "I saw a man," he said, his voice trembling, his eyes wild, his laugh a curse. Abigail crossed herself, her warning clear. The Dudleys' doom has found us. By 1745, the settlement struggled, its people thinning. A storm hit, lightning striking Gideon's cabin, the flames consuming his home. He escaped, his skin scorched, his mind fracturing under the mountain's gaze. Thomas lost a child, the boy falling from a cliff, his death a mystery of madness. Nathaniel vanished, his rifle found broken, his body claimed by the dense woods. The townsfolk gathered, their voices a mix of grief and fear, their eyes on Abigail. She spoke of the curse, her voice steady. "The mountain feeds on the Dudleys' blood." Gideon ranted, his sanity gone, his axe raised against imagined foes. The others subdued him, their hearts heavy, their decision to banish him swift. He disappeared into the woods, his laughter echoing, his curse a living shadow. By 1750, Dudleytown's promise faded, its fields a wasteland. New families arrived, their hope fragile, their ignorance of the curse a shield. But the madness spread: murders, suicides, falls, each death a mark of the legend. A man named Jacob Holt killed his brother, his hands bloodied, his mind lost. Lightning struck again. A woman named Ruth Ward dying in the blaze of her home. A boy, Samuel Grayson, leapt from a ridge, his body broken, his eyes vacant. Abigail watched, her warnings unheeded, her faith the only light in the dark. She documented the deaths, her journal thick, her words a chronicle of doom. The town dwindled, its houses empty, its streets overtaken by the forest. Dark Mountain loomed, its shadow a curse, its whispers a prelude to madness. By 1780, Dudleytown was a shadow of its former self. The valley's fields lay fallow, its streams muddy, its air thick with unease. Only a handful remained, their faces gaunt, their minds fraying under the curse. A woman named Esther Holt, 30, tended her garden, her hands trembling. She'd heard Abigail's tales, her voice a echo, her warning a constant dread. One evening, Esther's husband vanished, his axe found bloodied, his body never seen. She searched the woods, her lantern dim, her cries met by a low, mocking laugh. The next dawn, she found him hanging from an oak, his eyes wide, his neck broken. The town whispered self-murder, madness, the mountain's hand guiding his fall. Esther's sanity cracked, her screams filling the valley, her home abandoned. By 1790, the madness spread like wildfire through the few left. A man named Caleb Ward, 42, began raving, his words of shadows alive. He attacked his neighbors, his hands clawing, his mind lost to a dark vision. The townsfolk subdued him, their hearts heavy, their decision grim. He was hanged. Lightning struck that night, the rope burning, Caleb's body swaying in the storm. His wife fled, her children in tow, their sobs lost in the mountain's roar. Another fell, a young girl named Mary, her body found crushed by a fallen tree. Her father swore she'd run, her mind gone, her death a mystery of the curse. Dudleytown's population dwindled, its houses empty, its streets overgrown. The mountain loomed, its presence a weight, its madness a plague on the land. By 1810, only whispers remained of the once hopeful settlement. A traveler named Samuel Pierce, 28, stumbled into the valley, curious. He'd heard the tale's madness, death, a town forsaken by God and man. Samuel explored, his journal open, his pen sketching the crumbling ruins. That night, a storm brewed, lightning flashing, a voice calling from the dark. He saw a figure, Gideon's ghost perhaps, its eyes wild, its laugh a shriek. Samuel fled, his heart pounding, his mind reeling from the valley's grip. The next day, he wrote of shadows moving, of voices urging him to stay. He left, his sanity intact, but the curse lingered in his dreams. Dudleytown stood abandoned, its ruins a testament, its ghosts growing stronger. By 1830, the legend solidified, a tale told with fear. Locals avoided Dark Mountain, their paths veering, their stories grim and vivid. A hunter named Elias Grant ventured in, his rifle ready, his courage bold. He found a cabin, its walls scratched, its floor stained with old blood. Lightning struck as he explored, the beam collapsing, his leg trapped beneath. Elias screamed, his mind fracturing, his pleas met by ghostly laughter. Rescuers found him days later, alive but mad, his eyes seeing only shadows. He died in an asylum, his tale adding to Dudleytown's haunted lore. The valley was a graveyard now, its ruins rare, its curse a living thing. The mountain watched, its silence a lie, its madness waiting for the next soul. By 1850, Dudleytown was a ghost town, its ruins overtaken by vines. Dark Mountain cast a shadow, its peaks shrouded, its presence a constant threat. Locals spoke of the curse, their voices low, their tales a mix of fear and awe. A young woman named Clara Bennett, 22, grew up on the valley's edge. She'd heard the story's madness, death, Ghosts of the Dudleys haunting the woods. Clara was curious, her sketchbook full, her heart drawn to the forbidden ruins. One summer day, she ventured in, her boots crunching on fallen leaves. The air grew cold, the birds silent, a whisper rising from the crumbling stones. She saw a figure, a man in old clothes, his eyes wild, his laugh echoing. Clara froze, her sketchbook dropping, her mind racing. The curse was real. The figure vanished, the air warming, but Clara felt a pull, a dark call. She returned home, her hands shaking, her drawings now filled with shadowy faces. Her father warned her, his voice stern. "Stay away, Dudleytown claims the curious." But Clara couldn't resist, her dreams haunted, her sketches growing more vivid. By 1860, she went back, her lantern glowing, her resolve firm. A storm brewed, lightning cracking, a voice whispering her name from the trees. She tripped, her ankle twisting, her body sliding toward a ravine's edge. Clara clung to a root, her screams lost, her mind fracturing with the fall. Rescuers found her days later, alive but mad, her eyes seeing ghosts unseen. The valley claimed another, its legend growing, its madness a living curse. By 1880, Dudleytown's ruins were rare, its name a warning. Travelers avoided the area, their maps unmarked, their stories of hauntings spread. A scholar named Henry Marsh, 35, arrived, his books in hand, his mind open. He sought to document the curse, his pen ready, his curiosity a shield. Henry explored the ruins, his notes detailed, his sketches of the landscape precise. That night, a storm raged, lightning striking near, a figure appearing in the flash. The ghost spoke, its voice Gideon's. "Leave or join us in madness eternal." Henry laughed, his skepticism strong, his faith in reason unshaken. But the next morning, he was gone, his books scattered, his mind lost to the curse. Dudleytown's ghosts grew bolder, their presence felt, their madness a siren's call. By 1900, the legend was cemented, a tale of terror in Connecticut. Locals claimed to hear laughter, to see shadows, to feel the mountain's wrath. A boy named Ethan Cole, 15, dared to enter, his friends egging him on. He found a cellar, its walls scratched, its air thick with a chilling presence. Lightning struck, the ground shaking, a hand pulling him into the dark. Ethan emerged, his mind broken, his words a rant of ghosts and doom. His friends fled, their courage gone, their tale adding to the valley's lore. Dudleytown was a forbidden place, its ruins a graveyard, its curse alive. The mountain watched, its silence deceptive, its madness a legacy unbroken. The ghosts of the Dudleys waited, their eyes gleaming, their hauntings eternal. By 1920, Dudleytown's ruins were a legend, its curse a whisper. Dark Mountain stood untouched, its forests thick, its valleys a graveyard of sanity. Locals avoided the area, their tales grim, their warnings passed to new generations. A journalist named Margaret Lane, 29, arrived, her camera in hand. She'd heard of the madness, the deaths, the ghosts, her curiosity a driving force. Margaret ventured in, her notes sharp, her photos capturing the crumbling stones. The air grew heavy, the silence broken, a laugh echoing from the shadows. She saw a woman, Esther perhaps, her eyes wild, her dress tattered, her hand reaching. Margaret snapped a photo, the flash blinding, the figure vanishing in the mist. The image revealed a face, distorted, its eyes glowing, its presence chilling. That night, a storm brewed, lightning striking near, a voice calling her name. Margaret felt a pull, her mind clouding, her camera slipping from her hands. She stumbled, her foot catching, her body sliding toward a ravine's edge. A root saved her, her heart pounding, her sanity fraying with the fall's nearness. She fled, her film developed, her photos showing ghostly figures in every frame. The town shunned her, their fear rising, her tale adding to Dudleytown's curse. By 1940, the valley was a no-go zone, its ruins a myth. A hiker named Daniel Reed, 30, ignored the warnings, his pack light, his spirit bold. He explored the ruins, his whistle cheerful, his steps echoing in the silence. Lightning struck, the ground splitting, a hand pulling him into the earth's depths. Days later, rescuers found his pack, his whistle silent, his fate a mystery. The legend grew. Dudleytown claimed another, its madness a living trap. By 1960, the area was fenced, its access barred, its ghosts active. A teenager named Lucy Hart, 17, dared to sneak in, her friends daring her. She found a cellar, its walls wet, its air thick with a maddening hum. A figure appeared, Gideon's ghost maybe, its laugh a shriek, its eyes burning. Lucy ran, her mind unraveling, her screams lost in the mountain's roar. She was found wandering, her hair white, her words a rant of shadows and death. Dudleytown's curse tightened, its ruins a beacon, its madness a call to the lost. The mountain watched, its silence a lie, its ghosts a chorus of the damned. By 1980, the legend was a cautionary tale across Connecticut. Historians debated poor soil, isolation, or a curse, the truth elusive. A paranormal investigator named Thomas Blake, 40, entered with equipment. He recorded voices, his devices buzzing, his cameras catching ghostly forms. A storm hit, lightning striking, a figure poking from the dark. Thomas emerged, his mind gone, his tapes filled with screams and laughter. The town sealed the area tighter, its fences high, its warnings stark. Dudleytown's ruins faded, its stones rare, its curse a living memory. The ghosts roamed, their presence felt, their madness a legacy unbroken. The mountain stood eternal, its shadow a promise, its hauntings a eternal dance. By 2000, Dudleytown's ruins were a myth, its curse a whispered legend. Dark Mountain remained forbidden, its forests dense, its valleys a spectral realm. Locals spoke of cold spots, of voices, of shadows moving where none should be. A woman named Emily Carter, 26, grew up hearing the tales. Her curiosity piqued. She was a historian, her books stacked, her heart drawn to the valley's mystery. Emily sought permission, her letters persistent, her goal to document the truth. The town relented, their fear tempered, their hope in her reason a slim thread. She entered in 2005, her recorder on, her camera ready. The air thickened, the silence broken, a laugh rising from the ruined stones. She saw a man, Gideon perhaps, his eyes wild, his voice a maddening chant. Emily recorded, her voice steady, her mind fighting the valley's pull. The ghost spoke, its words a riddle. The mountain feeds on sanity, join us. She backed away, her camera flashing, her footage showing a crowd of spectral faces. A storm brewed, lightning striking near, a hand tugging at her coat. Emily tripped, her ankle twisting, her body sliding toward a ravine's edge. She clung to a root, her heart racing, her mind reeling with the curse's power. The ghosts surrounded her, their laughter a chorus, their eyes burning into hers. She escaped, her film a treasure, her sanity intact but shaken. The town hailed her bravery, their fear renewed, her evidence fueling the legend. Dudleytown's curse endured, its ruins a trap, its ghosts a relentless force. By 2020, the area was a paranormal hotspot, its fame growing. Investigators flocked, their tools advanced, their courage tested by the mountain. A team led by James Holt, 38, entered with drones and sensors. They captured voices, their devices humming, their footage showing ghostly movements. A storm hit, lightning cracking, a figure pulling James into the dark. The team fled, their leader lost, his screams echoing in their recordings. Rescuers found nothing, the valley silent, its curse claiming another soul. The legend spread, its tales online, its mystery a draw for the brave. Dudleytown's ruins stood rare, its stones weathered, its ghosts a living curse. The mountain watched, its shadow eternal, its madness a legacy unbroken. Emily returned in 2025, her resolve firm, her team small. She brought a priest, Father Daniel Reed, his prayers a shield, his faith strong. They performed a blessing, their voices rising, the air trembling with the ritual. The ghosts appeared, their forms angry, their laughter a storm of defiance. Father Daniel prayed, his cross raised, his words a battle against the curse. The ground shook, the ruins glowed, the spirits receding into the mountain's heart. Emily felt a shift, her heart light, her hope renewed by the ritual's power. But the air remained cold, the curse weakened, not broken, the ghosts lingering. The town sighed, their relief tempered, their fear a quiet undercurrent. Dudleytown's legacy endured, its madness a whisper, its hauntings a eternal dance. Emily Carter passed in 2030, a quiet winter in Connecticut. She was 51, her life marked by Dudleytown's curse, her spirit at peace. Father Daniel Reed retired, his faith intact, his prayers a legacy of hope. The ruins of Dudleytown faded further, its stones rare, its legend immortal. By 2045, the valley was a tourist draw, its mystery a lure. Visitors came, their cameras clicking, their voices awed by the mountain's shadow. Some felt cold hands, heard laughter, saw shadows, their tales adding to the lore. Historians debated poor soil, isolation, or a curse, the truth an enigma. Emily's recordings were studied, her footage a window, her fight a testament. The curse persisted, its power diminished, its ghosts a whisper in the wind. The dark mountain stood eternal, its peaks a sentinel, its valleys haunted. Locals claimed the ritual helped, their fear lessened, their lives moving on. But nights brought whispers, swings of old creaking, voices calling from the ruins. A young man named Lucas Grant, 20, dared to enter in 2050. He found a cellar, its walls scratched, its air thick with a maddening hum. Lightning struck, the ground trembling, a hand pulling him into the dark. Lucas emerged, his mind intact, his story of peace from the ghosts surprising. They spoke of rest, he said, his eyes clear. The mountain wants to heal. The town listened, their hope rising, their view of Dudleytown shifting. The curse was fading, its madness a memory, its hauntings a gentle echo. By 2060, the valley was a place of reflection, not fear. A memorial rose, its stone simple, its plaque honoring the lost of Dudleytown. Visitors laid flowers, their whispers soft, their respect a tribute to the past. The ghosts appeared less, their forms faint, their laughter a lullaby, not a threat. Emily's legacy lived, her recordings played, her courage a light in the dark. Father Daniel's prayers echoed, his faith a bridge, his ritual a turning point. The mountain sighed, its shadow softening, its curse broken by human kindness. Dudleytown's ruins stood as a lesson, its madness a tale of redemption. The American legend of the valley's hauntings became a story of hope, not horror. The whispers of Dark Mountain faded, its ghosts at rest, its legacy healed. If this tale of Dudleytown's madness stirred your heart with its eerie depth, if Emily and Father Daniel's fight against the curse made you feel the mountain's pulse, if the ghost's haunting whispers left you breathless, seeking more of its mystery, show your support. Give this video a like to honor the spirits of Connecticut. Join us on this journey into the unexplained, where legends whisper in the dark. Subscribe for more stories of mystery, history, and the truths we dare to face. What do you think the Dark Mountain still hides? What secrets linger in Dudleytown? Drop your thoughts below. Let's uncover the mysteries together. The legacy of the unseen endures. A new chapter awaits your curiosity. Your wonder lights the path forward. Let's walk it as one.